A very good afternoon to you all and welcome to Lunchtime News here on UBC TV with me, Rukidi Edward Kiijanangoma, and it is Thursday, the 11th day of July 2024. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. We begin this bulletin in Kiijanangoma, where government ministers, permanent secretaries and the NRM Central Executive Committee have pledged to improve governance practices following the ongoing retreat at the National Leadership Institute in Kiijanangoma. While corruption dominated discussions on the first day of the retreat, ministers highlighted other pressing issues such as land grabbing and debt payment affecting the economy. Take a watch.
And we are here with all the ministers and our technical persons, more especially the permanent secretaries and the leaders of the agencies. My expectation here today is that we as leaders are getting off a moment to reflect where we have come from and also check whether we are doing the right thing and plan for the future, what we normally call midterm review. But my expectation is that we have seen many challenges, more especially on the economy. We are servicing the debt, and I feel we should downsize government to make sure we save money to plow into service delivery. That is my expectation. We need to discuss here how we rationalize the entire government, from executive, judiciary, and the parliament. Even local governments, because apparently when you look at the size of government and the expenditure therein is quite high.
We assemble or gather here as the mainstream government. Now, whatever decision that we take from this retreat of Cabinet and the NRM Central Executive Committee with Permanent Secretary will be, first of all, scrutinized into the different MDAs. Those that are legislative in nature will have to go through the National Resistance Movement Parliamentary Caucus in order for us to generate consensus before the matter is tabled in Parliament. And that is the role of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. Before any position of government where the party has interest is taken, we must caucus. So the resolutions that we shall have from here will be resolutions that will move 360 degrees, but those that are legislative in nature will definitely come to caucus. That is how we work.
Different views from those members of government about the retreat in Kiijanangoma and what they feel should be done in as far as governance is concerned. Now, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Kiijanangoma, who also serves as the Senior Presidential Advisor for Special Operations, met with the Chinese Ambassador to Uganda, His Excellency Zhang Lizong, at the Special Forces Headquarters in Entebbe. The Wednesday afternoon meeting was a routine review of ongoing projects in the defense and security sector. And now this meeting follows a previous one held at the Chinese Embassy in November last year and comes on the heels of General Kiijanangoma's recent discussions with a delegation from China North Industries Group Corporation Limited, Norinco. Now, media houses are projected to lay off more employees in the next 5 to 10 years due to shrinking revenue inflows. This revelation comes from experts at the East Africa Radio Advertising Service, EAS, a media sales agency. The experts also warn that some media houses face potential closure due to declining revenues and competition from new media platforms. Douglas Mutumba, the Managing Director of East Africa Radio Advertising Service, stated that in their 5 years of operation in Uganda, they have partnered with over 192 radio stations across the country, but many still struggle to generate sufficient revenue.
Employees, journalists losing their jobs, that would be disaster. But like we said in the beginning, this informed our foundation. How do we support the media houses to ensure that they can employ or pay their staff? And that was to give them access to advertising revenue. So for a media house, a radio station somewhere, to be able to get revenue, they must have employees and they must get good quality programming to attract advertisers through audience numbers. So there's no other way around it. You must have people on air, you must be doing the right job to get their audiences growing. The industry grows, then it is serving advertisers, then we get more spends.
If you're a radio station, yes, you can't ignore digital, they don't do it, but quite big number still don't stream. And for the future, streaming will be very, very important to reach your audiences as you do it today. If you don't do it, you will struggle in a while.
To Kaliro district now, and in a bid to improve conditions at Kiijanangoma Primary School in Kaliro district, Woman Member of Parliament Namuta Brenda has rallied local leaders to support the school. Now, the appeal was made during a fundraising ceremony at Bumanya Sub-County, Kaliro district. We have more in this story.
These trees serve as daily classrooms for pupils of Kiijanangoma Primary School in Bumanya Sub-County, Kaliro district. The school, with a population of 700 pupils, stands as one of the few government facilities in the area.
Children are supposed to feed. Go on such days. If I'm being a Tubanta,
it is for these and other reasons that the Kaliro District Woman Member of Parliament, Namuta Brenda, stepped in to safeguard the future generation. Namuta did not act alone, but mobilized other stakeholders.
Then yachindi mutwala abana masomero ga private olubabinga nga mbaleeta wano kaseere balekera okubinga nga kairi muizaayo ekyo omwana tajja kusoma.
In this new era of hope, Kiijanangoma Primary School has received new blocks for classrooms and administration. The Member of Parliament has also donated over 100 bags of cement towards upgrading the school. Additionally, infrastructure construction and upgrades for this area will be undertaken by the Ministry of Works and Transport.
This project of a 2-kilometer road, I'm officially handing it over to Gomic Investments Limited. I wish you well. I wish you all the best. Execute quality work.
The scope of the works, we are going to clear bush clearing.
Now, the Rotary Club of Busia has launched the Diabetes Run 2024 at Gold Star Hotel in Busia Municipality, aiming to support diabetes patients in the district. Assistant Health Officer of Busia, Bogere Simon, mentioned that the prevalence rate of the disease in Busia district stands at 3.7% compared to the national average of 3.1%. Take a watch.
30 patients out of 1,000 patients seen at OPD had hypertension, and not even half of the 30 clients were aware of the illness. This awareness, we shall have to conduct screening of these diseases, and then out of the camp still, we are also looking at an aspect of fundraising funds, and these funds will help us to care for the patients in Busia Health Center 4. Because also we realized that there is drug stock out of those diseases such as glibenclamide, nifedipine, and related drugs that can help us to treat diabetes and hypertension. Treatment procured out of this run so that yes, this diagnostic equipment can help us to timely monitor and diagnose these patients if in case we come across them.
The Busia Diabetes Run 2024 is officially launched.
Leadership grow. You don't make it to become a perpetual in making, but you should look at leadership to give to others. Because if you give an example, I give an example of Busia municipality. I wish Honorable Agure, may he so rest in eternal peace, was around. We couldn't be having such opportunities. So you serve and go, you serve and go.
At Ubc Primary School, and over 500 community members benefited. This was with support of Rotary Family Health Day Program.
The Rotary Club of Busia, can we at least join hands so that we see these mothers provide fuel, so that we work hand in hand with the Shell or Total, so that we deposit there some money, so that we be giving coupons for this driver. In case midwives register such cases, okay, they can access, they can be called and come and pick the mother, referred to maybe the upper level like hospitals.
Me, about the transition of leadership in Rotary, it's very good, and I wish that this is picked up in every area. Give beats.
But the speed that we are growing is really very high. So far in my year, I won a grant, a malaria grant under Malaria Partners International.
Now, despite Uganda's comprehensive traffic and road safety laws, members of the civil society, the Coalition on Road Safety, are concerned about the inadequate implementation of these laws to curb road carnage in the country. Now, this concern was highlighted during the inauguration of the new country director for the Global Health Advocacy Incubator at Minister's Village Hotel in Ntinda.
Despite Uganda being regarded as one of the African countries with the best laws and regulations on road safety, most members of the Civil Society Coalition on Road Safety say that the implementation of these laws remains largely on paper. The coalition members, led by Fred Tumwine Nkuruho, expressed this concern at the inauguration of the new incoming country director of the Global Health Advocacy Incubators at Minister's Village Hotel. Guy is among the top funders of the road safety campaign in Uganda.
And now she has come at the right time that we need to implement. Regulations are done, more or less, and now what we want is implementation. We want road safety enforcement, road safety management, road safety funding.
When they get onto the road, we want to be able to reduce the incidence of road crashes across the country. We want to be able to work with government, decision makers at all levels to ensure that all levels are safe.
Maria Nkalubo, a public health specialist, replaces Jackie Okau, who will move to coordinate the drowning prevention program.
I'm glad that today we can stand and say this number of years down the road, the number has grown to this 26 organizations. So a very big congratulations to all of you for that. Communication is the head of advocacy. We can't say we are advocates when our communication is limited or not there. But also, by the time I'm coming in, I've learned through Charles that there are works around website development and which have already been approved.
By the time the Road Safety Advocacy Coalition Uganda was formed nearly 4 years ago with only 5 member organizations, it now boasts a membership of close to 30 members.
Circle today, I'm the new member in the Circle. Why we joined the Circle? It's because we need help about to train us road safety.
Expect more from this family. I hope to be guided, and I hope to be guided through this family by the new coordinators.
Rosaku is a member of the National Road Safety Strategic Plan coordinated by the Ministry of Transport and Works. Collins Joko compiled this report.
Now moving on, let's go to Kasese district where Franz Hahenberger, the director of Say Sofre, an Austria-based organization, has said that gender-based violence is violating various children's rights in African countries, especially the right to education. He was speaking at the handover ceremonies of a 5-classroom block to Rwachingi Primary School and a 7-classroom block to Bugoye Primary School in Busongora, a North Constituency of Kasese District. Franz further revealed that gender-based violence, including assault on women and children, sexual harassment and failure to provide basic needs, is predominantly perpetrated by men who feel superior, thereby exacerbating its detrimental impact on the victims.
Against women. Normally, violence is not against men because violence is coming from men. Only you can do it for yourself. Every one of you who is sitting here, I am included, it's my decision to decide I don't use violence against my wife, I don't use violence against my children. The clap is not allowed.
So you need education to understand what human rights are, and then you can live it in your own life. And then you can say, no, I don't want violence for me or for my children, and then you can make your own life how you think it's necessary.
Violence does not only affect the adults in the homes, but also it affects the young people, and particularly the children. In a family where the parents keep fighting, the children cannot go to school. So what does this mean? That even when they have constructed for us these beautiful structures, if gender-based violence is still in the homes, it will affect the children, and in the end, it is going to affect their learning.
Able parents took their children to private schools, but there are those parents who are unable to pay for school fees for their children in these private schools, who kept their children in UPE schools. And as a teacher in a UPE school, I saw it. It hit me right from the bottom of my heart. And when I heard these friends of ours from the Diocese of Kasese, I consulted them, and they accepted to have these schools helped. That's why we are solely helping only UPE government-aided schools.
Now, farmers in Masindi and Kiijanangoma districts have decried low prices for their maize, which has on average dropped to 600 shillings per kilogram. They also decry high cost of agro inputs, which have greatly affected the market. The farmers made the appeal during a field visit at the Asili farm in Masindi, which was organized by Yara Uganda for the local maize growers on their agro inputs being distributed on the market.
Up to now, maize, people have been buying maize less than 600 per kilogram. And you find yourself in growing maize, it is costly. It takes around 1 million to grow 1 acre of maize, but the outcome is less. Secondly, we are supposed to use agro inputs like fertilizers and improved seeds. But the improved seeds and fertilizers, they are very, very expensive.
Now, our request to government may be they should at least register us under insurance, because we waste a lot but we get nothing. For example, drought. When if we were registered under insurance, at least they could help us to cover what we have lost.
But the inputs you put in the garden, when you calculate then labor, everything. So by the time you harvest your crop, selling, then you sell them in a low price, whereby it cannot bring you what you have put in the garden. The inputs are more than what you harvest in the garden.
Government can assist me to put market so that what I'm producing, I can even benefit from what I'm producing. Then the second challenge is storage. I can produce, but I don't have where to store my products. So if the government can provide with me the tarpaulins, the stores, and whatever, so that they can be able to keep those produce of mine for a long time, then as I wait for the market.
Then I'm speaking about counterfeits. We have a number of counterfeits in the country, and then when they see people are having a very good quality fertilizer, they end up chipping in with some other, they add in maybe soil, which can end up degrading the quality of the fertilizer. But as Yara, we have a number of ways we try to control that. One, our distribution channels are well streamlined. We have already documented and mapped our distributors. Without a plus, micro-planting.
24 minutes after 1 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll now take a short break, but we'll be returning with business news. Stay with us.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka, era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together, we're unstoppable.
Predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Monday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Take 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Hi, my name is Rachel Ndubuchiri and I am a Ugandan actress and the winner of the Africa Monologue Challenge 2023. Now, thanks to your immense support, the Africa Monologue Challenge Season 2 is coming to Uganda between July 25th and August 20th. Africa Monologue Challenge is looking for passionate Ugandan storytellers to take part in a Pan-African short film that will showcase Uganda to the rest of the world. To be a part of this, all you have to do is weave a captivating narrative that captures Uganda's cultural heritage while fostering connections between 10 diverse individuals from 10 African countries. This short film will be shared to over 50 film festivals. Now, to find information on the AMC 2024 finalists, visit www.africamonologue.com. Please submit your short script, which should be 10 pages for a short film between 10 to 15 minutes, to africamonologue@gmail.com before 30th June 2024. Now, let's talk about rewards. The selected script will have the writer's full name in the end credits. You will get a chance to collaborate with amazing filmmakers from all over the world. You will get a small token for your creativity, and you remain with full ownership of your script. Let's work together to create a Pan-African film that will echo African stories throughout the world.
I'm afraid we've got to leave it at that. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Edward Kiijanangoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.